After years of neglect, the historic Tel Aviv-Jaffa train station is making history again. The Tahana, as it's called in Hebrew, began its extensive restoration and development process in the year 2000, and now includes 22 buildings that house art galleries, restaurants and cafes, boutique clothing and jewelry shops, and more. In 1892, in what was then Ottoman Palestine, the first train station building here was built. It was one end of the first rail line in Israel, going between Jaffa and Jerusalem. The trip, which used to mean heavily loaded camels or horses, took only 4 hours to get to Jerusalem. That's waiting room in French. And this metal lamppost was forged in Gay Paris. The railway was operated by a French company until World War I. Hugo Wieland and his family moved to Israel in 1900 to join the German Templar community. They decided to put their home and building materials factory right behind the station, so it could be conveniently close to the trains. The villa is what the stately home was called where the family of 12 lived. It now has several designer clothing shops on the ground floor and an open-air restaurant and bar upstairs. There's the hill of the old port of Jaffa, with the St. Peter church tower. There is currently a show of Israeli artists in the Wieland factory building. Floor and roofing tiles, decorated cinder blocks, balustrades, and other building materials were all manufactured here, then loaded on the trains for transport. This is the original tile floor and the massive hardwood roof beams, which were brought from Germany. Outside, the water pump, made in Köln, brought water up to the second floor. At the beginning of World War II, the Templars, including the Wielands, were deported, and the buildings were turned into a British Army base. The bar was in the back of the base. During restoration, murals were uncovered on the former bar walls, painted almost in cartoon style. Today, the building houses a jewelry store and a boutique. One of my favorite gallery shows in one of the former warehouses is public art curated by the Inspire Collective, based in Jerusalem. The walls are covered with colorful, graffiti-influenced art from Israel and around the world. More than 50 years of lying fallow ended in 2000, when the meticulous restoration began. Over $25 million from the Tel Aviv-Jaffa municipality and local developers funded it. Still to come are areas for children's activities and live music and theater. The tracks are quiet now. Tel Aviv is full of sophisticated cafes and shopping areas, but few are surrounded by such a unique environment and sense of living history as at the Tahana. Find out about other exciting stories at Israel21c.org.